Hi ladies, welcome. Today we've got a great video for you. This is one that we have done a few times over the years on our channel, and we thought it was time for an update. So these are those classic staple pieces that will never go out of style, that are worth investing in and having because you're gonna get use out of them year after year after year. They're things that we own and love and we continue to love, and we wanted to share some ideas with you. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, stay tuned, but also we're gonna link our old videos as well because we have different staples over there that you might be interested in. As always, all of these current pieces will be linked down below in the description box, as well as pinned to that first comment, and the easiest way to shop are through those YouTube links. So if you're watching on your television, that QR code will pop up. You can just scan that with your phone and it's going to take you directly to the product. So easy. So stay tuned. We've got so many good things to share.
All right, so the first classic staple that had to be on this list that's never gonna go out of style, it's so timeless, is the trench coat. Now, this is a piece that you're gonna be able to wear when the temperatures are a little bit moderate, most likely in the spring and in the fall. Now, it doesn't really matter whether you get one that's a little bit longer or one that even hits like maybe mid-thigh. This for sure is a sleek and sophisticated coat that you can effortlessly always put together.
Yes, and you know, we're Florida girls, so we might not be wearing trench coats that often in our hometown, but I guarantee you this is a piece that travels with us often. For sure, when we went to New York, this is pretty much all I was wearing. It's perfect, especially if, you know, you might encounter any rain or chill. It always makes you look really sophisticated and put together no matter what you throw it over. So I am a big fan. I love the trench coat, and I really love those new like cropped ones that have come out. If you're a little bit more petite, you might want to check those out as well. But no matter what length you get, you're never going to regret having a great trench coat in your wardrobe. Okay, the next staple is one that we have definitely been embracing more and more, and even if we kind of get away from them for a little while, they always end up back, and that is a great classic belt. So I love a great belt. I think it really helps to add a little bit of waist definition, add a little sophisticated touch to an outfit, especially when I'm wearing something simple like jeans and a top. And I think going for one that isn't too trendy or has, you know, large buckles or embellishments on it is a great way to make sure it's going to last you year after year after year.
Yeah, and I also think too, kind of looking at the size of the belt. So yes, we used to maybe see some of those like really big, thick, wide belts. We've also seen the super skinny belts. So I would say probably go for one that is like a medium width. So this is perfect whether you are styling it with jeans, pants, or even just kind of creating some definition while you're wearing a dress. Okay, so I think we would definitely get handcuffed by the fashion police if we did not have this next staple on the list, yes. And that is a great black pant. So it really doesn't matter whether you are someone who prefers maybe a straight leg pant, or maybe you want something that's a little bit of a flare or even a wide leg, but for sure a black pant is perfect, obviously for the workplace, but even now also styling in with some of those more casual looks.
Yeah, I would say for a while I really wasn't reaching for these because I wasn't working anymore, but I love that they have really in the last several years become something really popular even for dressing casually, and that's not going away. I think everyone has really embraced the idea of a trouser even for casual looks. So I love a great wide leg style, but I think you can find so many great cuts that really fit your body, whether you're styling it with a t-shirt, a tank top, or a blazer, or a beautiful blouse. You can put them with heels, you can put them with a sandal, you can put them with a sneaker. Definitely a must-have staple piece. So a striped button-up top is definitely a classic staple piece. We've been wearing these for years and years and years. I just recently got an updated one that I really love, but it's such a great piece to have, whether you're wearing it, you know, casually with a pair of jeans, or you can dress it up a bit for the office, or I even love to wear these open with a tank underneath, or even tied in a knot in the summertime with a great pair of denim cutoffs, but you just can't beat a beautiful striped button-up top.
Yeah, and they're just as easy to style as that white button-up shirt. So we know that white button-up shirt is a classic, but when you want something that's like a little bit of some interest, maybe a little bit of a print and stuff like that, a stripe is something that is always an easy print that's going to be classic. It's timeless. It's really easy to style in all the same ways that a white button-up is. And it also adds just a little pop, a little flair. I always feel like when I see it, it reminds me of just, you know, those like timeless classics like the Marilyn Monroes who will wear it with just, you know, a simple little, you know, pant or even a pair of jeans. Now, we've shared with you ladies different classic jewelry pieces in the past that are timeless, but this time we really want to share something that we both currently own and am loving, and it had to be on this list, and that is the classic two-tone watch. So this is a watch that's going to be a little bit more streamlined. It's not going to have a huge bulky face. The one that we're sharing with you, both of ours actually has a little bit of bling. Kelly's has real diamonds. Mine are definitely not real, but they both have that like sleek and sophisticated look and are easy to style with either gold tone jewelry or silver tone jewelry, making it a breeze.
Yeah, I really love this because it's just so easy and effortless, and it's not just even matching the different metals in your jewelry, but if you also think about like the metals maybe in your belt, your shoes, your bag, it's going to work with everything because you've got the silver and the gold. And I love that there are some great options out there, whether you want more budget friendly or luxury. There's so many good ones. We'll definitely link some of our favorites for you, but you're never going to regret having this two-tone classic watch. Okay, so this next item is a coat, which, you know, for Florida girls is not something that we're reaching for a lot, but definitely something that we realize we need to have because whenever we're traveling or when temperatures do drop, you're going to want a good coat. So typically, if you really are looking for that warmth, you might want something that's more like a wool coat. One of my favorite styles is like a pea style coat. I find myself reaching for this style all the time when I travel, and whether it's in a very neutral color like a black, a navy, a camel, even a cream, or maybe you're someone who loves to add a pop of color in your coat. This winter I went for a really cute red one that I'm going to share with you, but it's just really a great thing to have. Layers over your outfit, makes you look put together and just so stylish, and helps to keep you warm.
Now, we're not necessarily saying like a puffer style of coat. You can see that the one that we're sharing with you, they're both have that bit of elevated type of look to it. So Kelly is sharing a pea coat. Mine is like a long overcoat that is a belted like shawl collar one. So I love these styles because I know that you can easily throw them over maybe a date night look. You could also wear them to the office or just style them with a pair of jeans and also some snow boots, but they for sure give that very like chic and sophisticated look. I like mine because it has a belt to it, so it adds a little bit of shape. It allows me to still keep somewhat of my curves. Kelly has an adorable pea coat one, which I think really fits like her stature. So especially if you're someone who is petite, you might prefer one or the other, but definitely a great neutral coat for sure is a wonderful option. All right, so even though we are Florida girls, we do own some cashmere accessories. So I actually own a pair of cashmere gloves. Kelly's got a whole arsenal full of cashmere scarves, and this is definitely a piece that is worth investing in. So my gloves, unfortunately, they are not available anymore, but I will link something that's very similar, but they are so worth the investment because of course they just feel amazing on the skin. And even when we are traveling for a vacation, I always make sure to bring my cashmere gloves. It just has that very like refined, sophisticated look. They're never going to go out of style, and they also really do the job of keeping me warm.
Yeah, absolutely must have. I did recently get a pair of cashmere gloves as well, so I'll make sure to link those. And when I'm traveling, I always love to have cashmere scarves. I've really just learned over the years that that is the best way to keep warm and also kind of create an outfit when you're all bundled up with your coat and everything. So I just picked up this beautiful plaid one from Quince that I really loved. I wore it on my recent trip to Georgia, but I think it's a must-have if you're living in cooler temperatures. You probably already know that you're going to need these things, but if you're traveling to cooler temperatures, you're going to want to invest in these as well because they're really going to help to pull your look together, but also keep you nice, cozy, and warm. Okay, so you know by now that we love our blazers so much, but I definitely have to say the most essential one that I think every woman needs to have in their closet is a great black blazer. And I've had many of these over the years, but one of my favorites is just a classic style full arm length blazer, a little bit of an oversized fit without being too oversized. I just love it. I think it's just a must-have piece. It's great for throwing over like some loungewear if you want to take a flight somewhere but still look put together, or it's great for the office. It's great to throw on with some jeans. I've even worn mine with denim cutoffs and sneakers. It's just the possibilities with a black blazer are really endless, and it's such a great piece to have in your closet. You're never going to regret it.
Yeah, and there's a reason why we both kind of have this addiction to buying blazers, even though we really shouldn't since we live in Florida. It's really not practical.
There's a theme here.
But it just effortlessly puts together, you know, an outfit that makes you feel amazing. So whenever we have a conference that we have to go to, 9 times out of 10, we're both pulling our blazers, and it's because it just creates a beautiful silhouette. You're able to really kind of dress it up. You can also dress it down, and there are so many different options. You can get something that's relaxed, something that's cropped, really whatever fits your, you know, stature and your body shape. So we definitely picked out black because if we had to go with one color, that for sure is the color that everyone should own. But for us, we own them in a million and one different colors. Now, I can't say that this next piece is one that I wear all the time, but it for sure is a classic, and it has been since we've started this channel and even way before that, and that is the silk or satin style skirt. So we've seen this paired so many different ways, whether you are pairing it with maybe a turtleneck and a blazer. A lot of times the look that I love is when they take that like satin skirt and they mix it with like a chunky, you know, knit sweater. Sometimes it's an off the shoulder, sometimes it's a turtleneck. This is a piece that really can just kind of, you know, create such an interesting and sophisticated look. And I also love the fact that you can dress it up with the heel for the office, or you can also wear it with like maybe a knee-high boot.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not one that I reach for all the time, but it's one that I always really love and think is such a beautiful and classy look. So whether you're going for, you know, midi, which I think would probably be my favorite length in this type of skirt. They also have mini, maxi, lots of options. I feel like this is always like coming back in as a trend. So we've seen them paired with things like, you know, t-shirts, even with little like flat sneakers in the past, all the way to dressed up or really dressy with like a beautiful blazer and a pair of stilettos. It's just such a great piece to have, and I think it's never going to go out of style. And even if you don't see it for a little while, it's always going to come right back around. And they're also really offering like a lot of different colors, even some patterns I've seen like leopard or little polka dots. Obviously, if you want something really classic, I would go with a solid, but I think the possibilities are endless, and I think it's just a great piece to have. Okay, so I just wanted to say that obviously a lot of the items on this list are a little bit more wintry, but don't worry, you know we're Florida girls, and we're gonna definitely recreate a video like this come spring and summer, and there we're gonna have all the Florida staples like tank tops and jean shorts and flip-flops. So this next one is also very warm and cozy, and that is sweaters like turtleneck, mock neck, cowl neck. These are really great staples that we see year after year coming back around. They're never going out of style. Now that we've been on YouTube for what, almost 8 years, I think it's been, we can really see certain things that have started with us and will continue and just continue to come back around year after year. So it's safe to say that these are really classic. So I love these kinds of sweaters. I'm someone who doesn't really love myself in a turtleneck, so I tend to go more for like a cowl neck where it's a little bit more draped, you know, kind of falls a little bit, but I really love it. I think it's so sophisticated and classy looking, whether you pair it with, you know, jeans, a great pair of pants, or even one of those beautiful silk skirts. I just think it's a great piece to have.
Yeah, and I would say that for myself, I do love a great cowl neck, but I also really enjoy turtlenecks and also mock necks, because a lot of times I do like to wear them underneath a blazer, of course, or some kind of a jacket. So they're also usually a bit like thinner material, so it's easy to kind of use as a layering piece. But this is something that you can pick up in so many different colors, and also this is also the one type of style too that I do enjoy picking up, especially in cashmere, because I know that it's a timeless piece, so I don't mind spending the extra money on something that I know I'm going to for sure be wearing 5 years from now, 10 years from now, especially when it's in a color that's just timeless and classic.
Okay, so we hope you enjoyed this video, and definitely check out our other classic staples as well. If you really want to create that capsule wardrobe, invest in those things that you're going to use year after year after year. And we hope if you haven't yet, you'll hit that subscribe button. We make all kinds of great fashion content, beauty, some lifestyle, all kinds of good things. We've got so much good stuff coming out for the new year, and we would love to have you back. So definitely have a great week, and we'll see you next time.